Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
Now, Matt, you come from Essex
Correct.
in England. That's correct. Okay, and you're here in Winton, Australia. What brought you to Winton?
Well, I initially come to Australia to meet my family in Brisbane. I haven't seen them in about a decade, so I come to Australia to meet them. Then I decided to stay and work, but I went up to Cairns first and couldn't find a single thing in terms of jobs. But I handed out my CV left, right, centre and applied for everything online. And this place got back to me, Tats Hotel in Winton. And I thought, where the hell is Winton? Done a quick Google search, saw the population, and I thought, why the hell not?
Yeah.
And I ended up here,
And
in the middle of nowhere.
what's your impression of Winton?
At first I was a bit dumbfounded, especially when flying on the plane. So I had to get a plane, so I got a bus from Cairns to Townsville, and then got on a plane from Townsville to Winton. And there was about 4 people on the plane at first, so I thought, what the hell's going on here? The smallest plane I've ever been on. And then we're flying over the plains, and all I see is red dirt, and red dirt. And I was very intrigued by that. And then we obviously landed and got to town. And yeah, I struggled at first, I won't lie. It took me a couple of months to settle in, but I love the place. It really grows on you. The town's got charm. And to be honest, I didn't expect the reaction from the locals. They took me in as one of their own, and now I just feel like one of the locals, so it's awesome.
Beautiful. Is there any of Essex here that you found?
I've actually found someone working this year, so this is my 3rd season here. But George, who now works over at the Gregory, she's actually went to the same school as me, so she's
Wow.
in the surrounding area as me back home in Essex, which I did not think I would find in Winton, a girl who went to the same bloody school as me in England. So
That is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
A small town like Winton.
it's a small world, it really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Now tell me, your family in Brisbane, who's there?
So they're my extended family, so they're actually my mother's cousins and my mother's auntie. So they're, so to speak, they'd be my second cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you miss them?
I do miss them, and my mother is constantly on my case trying to get me come home. So
Fantastic. Well, hopefully you can get back there. Now, I notice every time I come in the pub here, you're working no matter what time of morning or night. Now, it's at the moment it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and you've been working for how long?
About an hour, I would say, an hour and a half. It depends on the day, what I need to do, etc. But yeah, I like to work. Might as well capitalise whilst I'm here.
So, how many hours a day do you reckon you work?
I wouldn't have a clue. It varies every single day, but it tends to be between open and close.
Okay, so virtually, what time do you open?
We officially open the doors at 10, but there's always work that we need to do behind the scenes, so orders and deliveries, etc. So
And closing late at night, so it's more than a 12-hour day, probably, eh?
yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
He's a great bar manager, absolutely incredible. I don't want to go in behind the bar anymore because he would just put me to shame. I thought I was quick,
Yeah.
but boy oh boy, he's good.
He's always on the run, isn't he?
He is, he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
He can do the work of 2 men.
Thank you.
If you had some words of wisdom on how best to live your life, what would they be?
I would say just jump at the bullet. You only get one chance, don't you, really? So, I mean, here I am in Winton, who would ever thought to? So, just jump at the opportunity. I said yes to the job in Winton, and look at me, I'm still here 2 years and 4 months later.
Fantastic. Matt, look, it's been a real pleasure talking to you, real pleasure meeting you, and best of luck, and hopefully we'll catch up down the track, eh?
Thank you very much, Peter.
Right,
Been a pleasure,
cheers.
mate. Yeah, just come see me on the flight too.